My name is Liana. I am 25 years old. This is the story of my first love. A love that brought light into my life, yet in the end, left me in darkness. Perhaps every girl can never forget her first love. I couldn't forget mine either. It all began when I was 19. I lived with my aunt in a small town. My mother was ill, and my father had left us long ago. I found refuge in books, spending hours in the library. It was there that I met him. His name was Joseph. Joseph was a year older than me. He studied history, and I studied literature. That day, my pen fell, and he picked it up for me. There was a strange gentleness in his eyes and a charm in his smile. After that, he began coming to the library often. Sometimes he would sit with me. Sometimes he brought coffee. Slowly, we grew closer. We began sharing our dreams. Listening to him, I felt as if he knew me better than I knew myself. He told me that his father had passed away when he was a child. I told him about my mother's illness. He gently held my hand and said, "Liana, you are very strong." That was the first time he touched me. Days passed, and my world started revolving around Joseph. His messages, his voice, his laughter, everything about him was special to me. One day, he took me to the lakeside and said, "If everything ever ends, just remember, you are my first." Tears filled my eyes. I thought that promise could never be broken. But life doesn't always move in a straight line. Another person entered our story, Chinar. He was Joseph's friend, the complete opposite of him. Lively, talkative, always drawing everyone's attention. At first, he only joked, but slowly he began to notice me differently. Sometimes his words touched my heart, but I kept reminding myself, no, I belong only to Joseph. Then one day, everything changed. Joseph avoided my eyes and said, "Liana, I got a scholarship. I have to leave the city." My heart sank. I asked, "And us?" He remained silent. That silence was the answer. That day was the most painful of my life. I watched him leave, while Chinar started coming closer. He tried to share my grief. He said, "Liana, some relationships remain unfinished, but I will never leave you alone." Yet, no matter how much Chinar stayed by my side, the memory of Joseph lived inside me. Months later, one day, Joseph suddenly returned. He said, "I found everything there, but I couldn't find peace. Peace is only with you." Tears filled my eyes again, but I told him, "You're too late, Joseph. My heart is not the same anymore." In that moment, I realized love is not always about holding on. Sometimes it's about letting go. I watched Joseph leave again. Chinar stood by me, but a part of my heart always remained with Joseph. Even today, when the raindrops fall against my window, I remember Joseph. That first love which I gained, yet lost. A love that left behind a wound. One that time has softened, but never fully healed.